Well, the Yankees are reeling. They're just one game above 500, and they face off against the Blue Jays, who've given them trouble all year. The Yankees have to go on a run, and they have to go on a run starting right now. So let's check in on the Blue Jays and see how they're doing. Okay, we might be I don't want to hit the panic button, but if the Yankees have a bad series, they could fall under 500. And at this point of the season, it's really hard to come back and make the playoffs when you're under 500, especially when you have some teams that are playing really well in your division, like the Rays and the Red Sox are. So the Yankees cannot afford any more excuses. We cannot have any more, we're knocking on the doors, or we're getting ready to bust out, or we're getting ready to go on a run here, or we're having good at-bats. We can't afford any more of that. We can't afford any more blown leads late in the game. So this is my advice to you, Aroldis Chapman. I got some ABCs for you.
A, B, C. A, always be B, C, closing. Always be closing.
As for the offense, the time for excuses is over. The weather is warming up. You should have had enough at-bats by now to really get going. Whatever philosophy they've been preaching, it's time to execute. We can't afford to have a bad series here. Giancarlo Stanton was red hot going into last weekend. Didn't really get to play because there's no DH in the National League. Let's hope he can stay hot. If he had the ability to get some reps, he would have no problem being hot in the series. But because you sat him down, he may have cooled off. Aaron Judge, it's time for you to put this team on your back and be the guy that this team can look up to, both figuratively and literally. We need you to be 2009 A-Rod in the playoffs right now. We need you to go on one of those streaks like we've all seen you do before. Go off this series. No excuses. Clint Frazier, it's time to do something. Just make contact, do something. Get on base, figure out a way, if you're even in the lineup. DJ LeMahieu, Miguel Andujar, Gleyber Torres, you're our line drive guys. Brett Gardner, also. You got to get base hits. You can't come up with runners on first and third and roll over a slider and bounce into a double play. You got to get your head out of your asses on the bases. I'm talking to you, Rougned Odor. I'm talking to you, Clint Frazier. We've got to do the fundamental things to win baseball games, show this league, and show this city what you're made of. Right now, the Blue Jays are not scared of you. They have handled you all year. Let's show them that you're the New York Yankees. Let's have some pride. I know you're not wearing the pinstripe, so this isn't pinstripe pride, but let's go with some road gray pride. Let's send a message to the league that the Yankees have hit rock bottom and they're on the ascent. Let's make some things happen. Mathematically, the season is not over for you yet. You can still go on one of those runs where you win 25 out of 30 games and be right back in this thing. You're a couple of sweeps of the Red Sox away from being right back in this thing. But if you come out of the series and you're under 500 and you're 10.5 games back, you might as well mail it in. Play like this season depends on it, because it does. The pitching matchup for Game 1 is Jordan Montgomery versus Hyunjin Ryu. First, let me talk about Ryu, because Ryu gives the Yankees fits, because the Yankees try and hit home runs off this guy. And I get it. He throws slow. He's not intimidating. You feel like you should be able to crush him, and that's his magic. He moves the ball in and out, up and down. He's a pitcher, not a thrower. So you have to take what he gives you. You have to take that changeup on the outside part of the plate, sit back on it, and take it through the right side. If they give you an entire half of the field open, use it. Use it. Don't do anything stupid on the bases. Don't run into any outs. You have to be on your game against Ryu to beat him. As for Jordan Montgomery, the time is now. We need the Jordan Montgomery that pitched against the White Sox. We need the Jordan Montgomery who can be dominant. This is your moment. You get compared to Andy Pettitt all the time. And I am a huge fan of both Jordan Montgomery and Andy Pettitt. But you know what Andy Pettitt would do in this situation? He would shove it, because the man had balls of steel. He needed to carry him around in a wheelbarrow. That's how big they were. Andy Pettitt was not intimidated, ever. He would get beat on occasion. He would tip his pitches on occasion, but he would not be afraid, ever. Jordan Montgomery, you got to go out there confident. You've got the stuff to win. You've got to pound the strike zone. You've got to use that breaking ball and make them chase. You've got to pitch in and out, up and down. Be that crafty lefty that we all know you can be. Earn your stripes, big boy. In Game 2, the Yankees have the clear pitching advantage. Garrett Cole, who's having a great season, 2.31 ERA, against Ross Stripling, who's got a 4.91 ERA. He's basically a chump right-hander who you should be able to dominate. That's the night that I think the Yankees offense should be able to break out, and you need a laugher. You need to cruise on Wednesday night. And then on Thursday, the Yankees are running out there Mike King. And Mike King is a guy who struggles early in the game, but he gets into that rhythm and shuts guys down. I think Mike King needs to throw a few extra pitches in the bullpen on Thursday. Tire yourself out a little bit. Get that sinker really moving, so that way in the first inning, you're ready and you don't have those first inning problems. Look, I'm not the pitching coach. I can't tell you exactly what to do, but you've got to come out there ready in the first inning. We can't afford to be in a 3-0 hole, even though the Blue Jays are running out there as of right now, TBD, to be determined, who will probably give the Yankees fits. The Yankees need to call up Trey Ambergy. He is an outfielder. He's in AAA right now. He's hitting .388 with 6 home runs. He's red hot dating back to last season. Now, who are you going to send down? My guess is Chris Gittens. Chris Gittens is not a major league hitter. I get it. He's huge. He's got massive power. We've got enough big right-handed power hitters. And Trey Ambergy is right-handed too, but at least he can play the outfield. The Yankees are missing offensive production from center field right now. Ambergy is mostly a corner outfielder, but he has played some center field. Brett Gardner's probably your best defensive center fielder on the team right now. You can use him late in games if it's close, but right now you need a hot hitter. And Gardner's been a little bit better as of late, but against guys like Hyunjin Ryu and kind of a slop thrower like Ross Stripling, I feel comfortable with Ambergy running out there. And Gittens is a guy who can't hit a major league breaking ball. Let's just be honest. We've seen this a million times over the years. A guy comes up, he's got massive power, just can't hit a curveball. And I feel bad saying this, but he needs to go back down to AAA. The Yankees need to give this Ambergy kid a shot and see what he's made of. He's 26 years old. Maybe he'll bring a little bit of youth. I don't know. What's the worst that can happen? You already suck offensively. A few noteworthy things in the minor leagues. Anthony Volpe, former first-round pick, is absolutely tearing it up. Austin Wells, another first-round draft pick, has homered in 3 consecutive games. Hoi-Jun Park in AAA is batting .329. He's also a left-handed hitter. He's got a little bit of power. He's an infielder. So the Yankees do have some promising guys on the farm that could help in the near future. I don't know how soon Volpe is going to help because he's kind of young, and Austin Wells is pretty far down on the list too, but he is a catcher, and he could move quickly because he was a college player. Also, it's worth noting that Jason Dominguez is probably going to make his minor league debut in just a couple of weeks. They're saying that June 28th is probably going to be the liftoff date for the Martian. Also, a fond farewell and a tip of the cap to Mike Ford. He was designated for assignment this past weekend. We've probably seen the last of Mike Ford as a Yankee, and as much as I hate to say it, it's probably for the best. So, goodbye, good riddance, good gittens, see you later, Auf Wiedersehen, farewell, I'll see you after the game. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. If you really enjoyed it, check out the swag section. We've got tons of great designs to support all your favorite Yankees. And if you simply cannot get enough Yankees content, check out the podcast version of this channel, The Frieze by NYY Recaps, available wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Derek. Thanks for watching.